Good morning, class. Welcome to your English 3 classroom. I'm your teacher, Hinojosa. Before we start anything off today, the first thing I'd like to tell you guys is the teaks we'll be going over and the objective we're going to try to meet today. I'm going to do everything in my power. You guys got to give your feedback and trust me together. We'll get to the objective that we're trying to get to today. The teaks we're trying to reach today is the students will be able to analyze the way in which the theme or meaning of a selection represents a view or comment on the human condition. And the objective for today is the students will be able to interpret their own view on how the earth was created and compare and contrast it to the story's view. Before we start anything today, guys, I want you to take out your journals. I'm going to write a short little passage on your journals about today. Once you have taken it out, the topic I want you guys to write about is, in your own words, in your own mind, how do you think the earth was created? In your minds, in your stories, or anything you've heard, I want you to write down how you believe the earth was created. And then after that, I want you to say, or tell me, write it down on your journals. I want you guys to write down where did you hear about it, or how did you learn, or how do you think, or why, say TV show, a magazine, the Bible, wherever you read it. I want you to put, of course, how do you think it was created, and where you heard about it, magazine, Bible, TV, wherever. Take a couple minutes and I want you guys to write about that, okay? Okay, you guys are done? Okay. I want you guys to read it to yourselves and process it over your mind, what you just wrote about, really quick. Now, I want to ask you guys for your opinions. What did you write down? In about a minute, I'll be asking you guys, what did you write down in your selection? For example, how you believed the earth was created, and I want you guys to tell me where you read it. I know you guys are wondering, what does the earth being created have to do with English or reading or grammar or whatever, since we're in English? But, okay, can somebody tell me real quick. I want to write down a couple of your thoughts. I want to see what you guys thought. So I'm just going to write here, big web, creation of the earth. Write down a couple, and right here in the bottom is the story's belief on how it was created, and I'll tell you about it in a minute. But first, I want to hear you guys. I want to hear what you had to say. Okay, Tomas, I want you to come first. What did you write in your journal? I'm just going to take a couple of you guys. How do you think the earth was created? By a meteor? Okay, meteor. I thought that's how it would be destroyed, but where'd you hear that? Comic book, meteor. All right, just write comic book down here. Sophia, what did you write down? Come on, don't be shy. By God. Put here by, say God. Where'd you read that? In the Bible. Okay, we'll put the B for Bible. Two more. Yes? Superheroes? Where'd you see that? In the movie? Wow. Alright. Could be. Nobody really knows how it was created, so we'll go with superheroes. The movie. And one more. Give me one more. Give me one more. Cindy, what did you write down? It was just created? The Big Bang Theory? Wow, that's actually a really smart thing. Where'd you hear that about it? In science class. I'm gonna tell your science teacher that you remembered that. You should be really proud of you guys. I'm just gonna write Big Bang Theory science class. Okay. Today, guys, we're gonna read a story that goes back into time, It's a different culture. They have their own belief of how the earth was created. It's the Iroquois Indians. It's the story we're going to read. And they believe, in their beliefs, that the earth was created by a turtle and a woman. And we'll find out right now after we read the story. You might be laughing, a turtle? A woman? You guys will find out right now. So right now, we'll pass out each page. The story's not that long. It's only 2 pages long. We'll pass out to each of you. We're going to do choral reading. And we'll start out first here in the front. Let's see. And Pablo, start us off. Really short story. And after Pablo, next in line, next in line, next in line. Okay? Okay, after reading the first page, what did we learn, kids? Yes. That the woman in the story came from the upper earth. What they considered there was a ground, there was water, and there was the skyland. The skyland is where the woman came from. Yes. She came from the skyland. Can somebody tell me why she came from the skyland? Yes, exactly. She got curious when she pulled out the root and wanted to see what's under the root, and she fell down the ground and she fell into the water. So that's where we're at right now, right? She's stuck on the water, and now next we're going to read the final page of the story. Good job, guys, reading. It was a very interesting story. What you guys think? Kind of weird, but it's everyone's own belief. Okay, now I'm going to ask you guys. So somebody tell me how it was created. Good job, yes. A woman brought soil from the root she tried to pull out and put it on the turtle's back. And the earth was created on the turtle's back after she walked around and around. She was able to have kids later on. Those kids began she had a daughter, and the daughter got pregnant, and her grandkids ended up being powerful beings that could create animals, land, water, and different things that we have on earth now. So they're considered, say, one says it's a nice one, one's a bad one. You can say, I'm sorry, but one can be considered the devil and one can be considered God. One creates good things, one creates bad things. Was it very different? Very different from what we believe. Everyone has their own belief, as you can see. You guys had meteor, God, Big Bang Theory, and superheroes. And these people believe, the Iroquois Indians believe, that it was from a turtle and a woman that came from the sky. Okay. So I want you guys to think about this. How this happened and how your beliefs. Because right now I'm going to put you in groups of 4. So 4 people to each group. And I'm going to give you a handout with questions on it. When these questions pertain to the story, and some I'm going to have to make you guys use critical thinking. It's an easy thing, but right now I'm put you in 4s, and I want each of you to go one by one. Okay, the group goes number 1. Whoever goes first, you're going to give your answer. And then you let the next person give their answer to that, about that certain question. The next person gives the answer to the next question. The next person gives the answer to that same question. We're basically taking turns with answering the same question. So once the 4 people answered one question, I want you guys to come together, compare your answers, and think about which is the most popular one, because maybe more than one of you decided the same answer. So I want you guys to write it down and go on to number 2, do the same thing for number 2, number 3, number 4, and once you guys are all done, we're going to come together and each group is going to answer one question, and we're going to see the thoughts of how so you guys can see how one story tells us how different our thoughts can be. That's what I'm coming to, guys. Did you guys believe that a turtle created the earth? See how everyone's thoughts are different. So you guys do that, and when you're done, we'll share it. Okay, you guys are done? Okay, number 1 was identify how the world started in the story. Group 1, tell me the story. Good job. Group 2, tell me your answer. Group 3, Group 4, good job, guys. See, same answer, pretty easy question. Number 2, compare how your view is similar to the story. How do you believe your previous thoughts were similar to the ones of the story? I'm just going to pick one of you guys, and the rest of you just soak it in. Group 2. The only thing you guys had thought that the world was just created, because no one had really thought about a turtle and a woman falling from the sky creating the earth. And number 3, contrast how they're different. How is their belief different to your belief? I want you guys to tell me that. Okay, group 1, give me your answer. Good job, guys. It's a good answer. That's a good answer. Culture and does have a lot. That's a really smart question. Culture does have a lot to do with it. And for the last one, I want group 4 to answer it. The only group that hasn't answered. I want you guys to hypothesize how the earth was really created. Come up. I want to hear everyone's answer to this question. How do you believe it started? Good job, yeah. You still with the superhero thing? It's fine. It's your belief. Big Bang Theory. Big Bang Theory. And God created the earth. You see, guys, how different our thoughts are. How very similar they're. Little similar, but still a little similar. But how different our thoughts are to everyone else's. How does this story tell you how their thoughts are different than ours? Guys, turn in the work. Thank you. Before you guys leave, I just want you guys to think about this as you go home. How can you connect your thoughts of how the earth was created with the thoughts of others? For example, you can ask your mother how they believe, and then I want you guys to connect it. I want you guys to connect how yours is similar and how yours is different. I want you to compare and contrast ideas. I want you guys to go out there and realize how different thoughts are. So I want you to ask friends, family about it. I want you, 1, to compare, and 1, to contrast your ideas with the story, with yours and everyone else's. And 3, I want you guys to think, how did I develop my choice? How did I develop my theory, my belief of how the world started? Go back and do some old research of how you regularly thought it started. Okay, guys, I'll let you guys go. It's a good day. We're able to learn things that we all believe different things when it comes to anything. In this case, the creation of the world. We were able to see how kind of similar we are, and 3, we were able to identify our own thoughts. We came down and we figured out our own beliefs. Well, thank you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.